Today we want to focus on global business trends in the 21st century. We have one key guest here that I will introduce later on. But just to give you the idea that if you're still working in the old-fashioned way, you might get a shocker come this 21st century. Malcolm Forbes, who is commonly referred to as the publisher of the Forbes magazine, once said, "I made my money in the old-fashioned way. I was very nice to a wealthy relative of mine just before he died." Well, that's inheritance, where you become closer to this person. But in the 21st century, we're talking about networking. We're talking about how we can work together to create wealth together. Now, I'm going to put a challenge before we move on to the main talk to one of my colleagues in a business forum, and we want to move on to this area of elevator speeches. An elevator speech is generally where you're able to give a speech for less than 1 minute and talk about who you are, what you do, and your goal. And if it's in business, you're saying, "This is what I do, this is what I can do for you, and if I can't do it for you, refer me to a person that would want my services." It's like when you enter a lift and you only have a minute before it moves on to the next floor to talk about your business. I'm going to challenge the president of this particular group, and it's an international network called BNI, Business Network International, and we are part of one of the chapters. BNI is an international organization. Ladies and gentlemen, this gentleman is going to talk to us for 1 minute about his business. Brian Munene.
I am a partner at a company called Studio PM Design. I'm also a lecturer of architecture. Our company believes that we are all products of villages and the upbringing in schools. So we've decided to focus on the design of schools, that's educational design, focus on medical design, that is hospitals, clinics, and the like, and lastly to focus on low-cost housing design. We've been lucky to work with just recently Nairobi Women's Hospital in Kitengela. We're able to do that hospital, and currently we are also assisting at the Nairobi Hospital project.
I'm going to throw it to another person.
My name is Beth Omanyo. I deal with a product called Extreme Fuel Treatment. Have you ever heard of that? Extreme Fuel Treatment is an additive that makes you save both money, your engine, and your car and our country. Extreme Fuel Treatment does exactly what it says it does. My name is again Beth Omanyo, working for a company called Ganjola E-Com Solutions. We work globally. Welcome.
Okay, so what we're going to do, just listen to them and we will vote. If you were in a lift with one of them, who would you say, "Wow, I can remember what you said and perhaps we can do business together"? Anyone who wants to try before I choose somebody?
I'm Jane Harvey from Space Global Limited. Space Global stands for Success Programs and Activities for Citizens Empowerment. What we do here, we make sure you earn from your airtime usage and earn from your expenses. Should you want to know more about this program, call me on 0722 785 261.
My name is Paul Dalizu. I help leaders navigate through opportunities successfully so that they may be globally competitive individuals. Again, My name is Paul Dalizu. In case you need my services, I will be able to help you to be a global incon within 5 minutes of your time. Thank you.
My name is Beauty Solimo, and I'm a high performance coach. And what I do is I help people who are aspiring to get to the next level of success.
Hi everybody, my name is Lisa Modhoni, and my work is to help business people audit their preparedness for retirement. I'd like to help you audit how far or how well you're doing, because I want you to plan a holiday in the Seychelles and not a holiday in Migingo Island.
My name is Gamali Al-Mawasi Mwarabu. I'm an engineer. I do bore water drilling. If you have any problem with water, we first of all, we do what we call hydrogeological survey. You know, if you have water in your place, especially in dry areas like, let's say, Siolo, Turkana, everywhere. That's what I do.
So my name is Haron. I represent a company called Century Microfinance Bank. Have you realized the banking sector is becoming complicated each and every day? Don't worry. At Century, we make it simple and very reliable. We listen, you prosper.
My name is Eugene Aroka, co-founder and business lead at codebase.co.ke. At Codebase, we realized that there is a problem accessing high qualified professionals like software developers, and we decided that we're going to solve this pain. So what do? We match businesses and with the best and highly qualified software devs, and professionals will move to professionals. We are currently just checking out what devs can do to businesses.
My name is Marvin, and I work in a company called Fox's Merchant. We specialize in printing of t-shirts, like this one which I have. We are using a method called direct to garment, which the image cannot be able to come out from once you have printed on the shirt. And the next thing we print is laser. This is one of the samples we have shown. So if you're interested, just see me after this. Thank you very much.
So kindly let us give them a big round of applause as they come in front. Please note, in business you have to be visible, and part of visibility is how you speak and what you speak and for how long, what you talk about. Okay, so you can just spread out like that. So now 5 people will make it to the second round, where they will have only 30 seconds to tell us exactly what they do in only 30 seconds. The key thing is, will you be able to remember what they talked about and perhaps develop interest to listen more? I'll just say yes or no, okay? And you give me a big yes to stay. Yes or no? Yes. Okay, a round of applause for her. You made it. Okay. Yes or no? Yes. Okay. Yes or no? Okay. Yes or no? Okay. Yes or no? Okay, somebody said no. Please, a round of applause for her. Karibu sana. Yes or no? Yes. Is there a no? Say no if it's no. Okay, there is no. Okay, a round of applause for him, please. Asante sana. Okay, yes or no? No. Oh, all right. No. A round of applause for him. Asante sana. Okay. Yes or no? Yes or no? Is there a no? Yes or no? A round of applause. Makofi tafadhali. Aya. Between him and her, who should sit? Who? Her? A round of applause. Makofi tafadhali. Karibu. Okay. Now please listen keenly. Now you'll just stand there for 30 seconds in a way that we will remember. Now this time round, capture the names, okay? If you feel this is the person, capture the name. So we start here.
Once again, my name is Lisa Modhoni, and I said I help you audit your retirement package as a business person. And my business planning is to help you save more money so that when you're old and you can no longer give your business any, then the business has already saved for you some money for you to live on. Thank you.
Okay, well done, within time.
My clients call me Mr. Brian, but my friends call me Brayo. The cost of designing a cheap apartment and designing a beautiful apartment is the same, but the return on investment on an ugly apartment is terrible as compared to that of a beautiful apartment. My name once again is Brian.
My name is Eugene Aroka, co-founder and business lead Codebase. I don't know whether you've had a challenge accessing the best software developers to build a web or mobile app like the big businesses. Kindly come to codebase.co.k and we'll help you hire like the big businesses. Thank you.
My name is Beauty Solimo. And have you ever struggled with your goals? You set goals at the beginning of the year, and after 2 weeks you forget them, or you forget your energy, or you forget your spirituality, or you forget about your body, your physicality. I help you reconnect with what's important to you so that you have the needle movers and focus on your priorities and live a life that you truly love.
My name is Marvin Thuo. I run a company called Fox's Merchant. Since we all like wearing t-shirts, giving out gifts, it's upon to you to give us what you think we create for you. Your creativity is your limitation. Thank you.
Who are the two people that you would want to battle it out for the first position? Okay, so number one. Naskia Brayo. Aya, Brayo, step in front. Now the second person to battle it out with Brayo. Hey, what's that? Okay, let's try again. 1, 2, 3. Eh? I see Eugene, Lisa. Okay. Eugene, Lisa on this side. Oh, a round of applause for the two, please. Now, Brayo is a clear win, is it? A big yes? Okay, so now the two, 10 seconds. A way that will capture our attention, just 10 seconds.
So why did you begin your business? Was it to pay rent and to pay your employees? You began your business to pay yourself. The only money that has your name on it is your your retirement fund. Thank you.
You want to hire the best people. You want your business to grow. Come to codebase.co.ke and grow your business with us because you want the people you can trust to build your business. Thank you.
Okay. Between the two, shout the name. Now Lisa makes it. Thank you so much. Round of applause for Now the two, you don't have 1 minute, you don't have 30 seconds, you don't have 20 seconds, you only have 10 seconds.
The difference between the watchman at your gate who is 70 years old and the mama mboga who sells to you vegetables, the difference between them and you is time and planning. I want to help you plan.
I'll just say this simply. The cost of a professional is probably 500,000 to 1,000,000 shillings. The cost of involving a professional is what you saw at Huruma, losses and death.
Between the two, shout the name. A round of applause for her. Thank you, Karibu Sana. Brayo.
Thank you guys for the chance. Just so let you know, Lisa and I are in the same networking organization, and these are the things that we learn every day. How to present your business in less than 30 seconds.
So in the next Business Redefined, you want to prepare yourself because business is about visibility, and how you talk about your business really matters in terms of whether people will take your business or buy your product. What are your comments when you heard of global trends? Global business trends. You can just put your hand, briefly just share your comments, and then I will welcome our guest who will talk to us, and then we'll have a question answer session.
I work for the Kenya Association of Manufacturers as the head of policy and advocacy. There is a growing interest in the African market by, as you said, globally. To contribute to the debate is that we need to see how we can actually impact on our countries to position ourselves to make our environment within our countries to be good for investments locally. We promote our own industrialization processes and also attract investments that also factors in participation of the locals.
Sure, sure. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment I want to invite this particular guest who is very well known, especially in the area of information, communication and technology, but also his comments really cut across the board in seeing a Kenya that is different. A former PS in the Ministry of Information, ICT that is, a very popular columnist, newspaper columnist, and of course now blogger, an academician as well. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Dr. Bitange Ndemo as he comes to talk to us. Asante sana, thank you so much. So for 15 minutes, he'll share his comments and then we'll have the question answer session.
Currently, I'm teaching at the University of Nairobi as a professor of entrepreneurship, and at the same time I do a lot of writing, both locally and internationally. Let me talk briefly the history of economic development so that you begin to see that where we can actually fit in. During the first industrial revolution, Europe was a little bit ahead, and I think the British were much more ahead than anybody else. They are the ones who began to use tools to make work easier. And because they were doing that, according to two brothers called the Hoppers, they wrote a book called The Puritan Gift. They attribute the success of Britain and actually much of entrepreneurship. When you learn, religion is part of it, and I would explain why religion was a big deal, especially in Germany, the Protestant ethic, what it played in business and the success of business. And that, when the British were doing that, the Americans began to ape the British, and they began to compete. The British. Americans also succeeded, and they were not selfish. They took that to Japan because they sort of colonized Japan. They actually went and taught Japanese on many things, and Japan became industrialized also. And from Japan, of course, Japan colonized Korea. Also, Korea became very successful. China was looking at this. China was very, very poor, actually poorer than us at the state we are at the moment. But because it was a big country, they said a small country cannot be doing all this. And they also began to industrialize. Of course, the way they did it was through copying, what we call reverse engineering, eventually becoming the factory of the world. They have been at this for the past two decades, and at one time, in just 10 years, they moved 300 million people out of poverty. And within 20 years, China had become a middle-income country. But there is something happening now. They are re-engineering themselves to move to the next value chain. If some of you have followed the newspapers or have read about China, they are moving into making high-value products. Like you saw their plane, their commercial plane is coming out. They are actually moving out of this low-end manufacturing. But at the same time, a number of Asian countries we call newly industrialized countries who are also moving out of becoming industrialized. These are Taiwan, uh, Singapore, Malaysia. They also did the same by doing reverse engineering. The thing is, if you play around with a toy, you begin to understand, and you can even make it by yourself. Actually, if you get our mechanics here, they can make some of the parts, and they do. If you go to Kariobangi, for example, Kariobangi manufactures the brake parts, the ones you buy for your car. They have understood. We call it, after you begin to play around with an existing product and you make yours, a few years you go through what we call the learning curve, and it becomes like a normal thing. But we never expounded to other products. Now, when China was moving to the next value chain, and I think you have seen several articles that they are going to lose 85 million jobs. The question is, where are those jobs moving to? India for many years used to market itself as Incredible India. On CNN you will see Incredible India. But of recent you see Make It India. They have a lion with many funny things, that anything you want to manufacture, bring it, we will do it. They have seen the opportunity. They want to take those 85 million jobs and make it. Africa is still watching, and we have not quite done much. The country that has begun to think and developed an industrial policy is Ethiopia. In fact, if you go to Ethiopia, when we got mobile handset manufacturers here, we kept on looking for land where to put them. They got tired. They went to Ethiopia. Within one day, they had been shown where to do it. Now, Ethiopia produces 25% of the mobile handsets in Africa today, because the decisions must be made quickly and move very fast. So, this Make It India, India is trying to move fast, but it's a space where we can compete. It's a space where we can fight them. If only we do exactly what China did, what the NICs of Asia did, by doing reverse engineering, became better at it. I saw the first Hyundai come to this country. Everybody used to laugh at it, you know, laugh. Most of you saw the Mahindra, isn't it? What do you see the new Mahindra now? It's better. It has not reached there, but it is better. But where is Tata? Tata has dominated now the trucking sector, isn't it? So for you to be good at something, you must begin now making mistakes, so that you learn through the mistakes and you improve, because there is no country that has made a Mercedes on the first day. Nobody. We must begin, even if it's a motorbike. You know, we say, yes, we have had too many of these things. Let us begin making them locally here. Chinese who want Kenyan products on their e-commerce sites, there are some things they need from Kenya, and there are some things we can buy from them. But when you buy from them, find out how you can recreate that thing, and so that we can stop importing the same thing next time. You know, some of the things I tell my students, this hair, you know, until recently I didn't know that women add hair and then it looks nice. Those things we can produce here. We can, and the Chinese would give you the machine that produces them, you know. And then we have our young ladies go around and sell it to the others. Instead, we are now getting it from other parts of the world. simply, we should not wait until the Indians are rich and say now they want to move to the next value chain. Let's go to Africa and do this. Africa must begin to fight. But we cannot wait for the governments of Africa to go and fight. It is us who would fight and then go to the government and say, we need support here. Because I've been in government and I know policies are made when the people request that such policies are made. If they don't know about those policies, nobody would put those politicians will not put those policies. It is us who would go push. India policy said none of their people would wear used clothing from anywhere. Instead, they made sure they have disease-resistant cotton, and the price of cotton went down, and they're producing clothes for their own people. You know, these used clothing, we should buy them and go to the fundi and say, we want you to duplicate it exactly the way it is, so that we sell new ones to people. We get the style from this and begin to do that. Textile, there is no country in the world that has developed without exploiting the textile industry. It is the lowest fruits that we can begin to exploit and move forward. Thank you.
And so, if you want to come up with a product that would target old people, well, it's good to think of going global and you target some of these countries.
You are asking what is happening with Kansas City, or what happened to Nyayo car. I think Makasi said we have signed so many deals. Sometimes we don't know which ones and which ones are benefiting us.